want to puke. Okay. I have severe, recurrent, and episodic major depressive disorder. I also have severe generalized anxiety disorder and several markers for bipolar disorder, although I have not been formally diagnosed as bipolar. Saying those things out loud and actually acknowledging them a year ago would have been impossible for me to do. Saying them out loud and acknowledging them today feels taboo, and it feels wrong. But it's really not. It's really not. The way I was raised, you don't talk about mental health, you don't talk about depression or anxiety, and if you do, it's because you're joking about it. Well, I was raised in a very small town. I still live in a very small town. And recently I started to notice how terrible of an effect that has on the community in general and on individual people. Well, I had noticed it in other people, and I had been trying to get other people to open up while being a massive, massive hypocrite and not talking about it myself. Well, on December 25th of 2019, I tried to kill myself. It wasn't the first time, but it will be the last. More people are starting to open up about it. They are starting to open up about their mental health and their struggles with their mental health. And that's amazing. That's great. But too many people still aren't. Too many people aren't talking about it. They aren't sharing. They just aren't. And that is making too many people feel like they can't. It's making too many people, too many young people, and I'm not saying that depression and anxiety are only in young people. I am very well aware that it is present in older people as well, but younger people are more likely to follow by example. If an older person already has a set standard of living, they're going to follow that. But younger people, they're still figuring out how they want to live their lives and how they want to be a part of society. I'm still figuring that out. So, young people seeing more people open up about depression and anxiety and other mental disorders is very, very important, because that's going to make them open up, and that's going to make the generation after that open up even more. Not talking about it, not talking about how you're feeling, is probably one of the worst things that you can do. If you want to use a technical term for it, it's called minimizing. And it's exactly like when you're on a computer and you have this big window that's right in your face and it's all you can see, and you click a little button and you minimize it, and it goes from this big to this big. And it's probably one of the worst things that you can do. And it's probably one of the worst things that I do. I'm very guilty of minimizing. And it has such a horrible effect on your mental health in general, but also on your physical health. A lot of people don't realize that mental health affects physical health as well. I get acne because I'm stressed out. I gain weight because I'm depressed. I lose weight because I get stressed out. I lose weight because I get depressed. And that's just the tip of the iceberg on how mental health can affect physical health. I think what I want to say more than anything else is talk. Just talk. Because the second you start talking about it, it gets easier. And you realize, hey, there's other people out there that are dealing with this too. So talk. Find a teacher, a parent, a friend. If you need to, comment on this video and I'll talk to you. Because one of the worst things you can do is not talk. And I've had to learn that the hard way many times. And if you can find even just one person in your life that you can talk to, really talk to, that's huge. That's enormous. I am doing this right now because I found one person in my life that I could talk to. And that one person just so happened to see a lot of potential in me. He could see things in myself that I couldn't see. And he has done his best to try and make me see them. Unfortunately, most of the things that he's done I've turned down, but he's still there. So for me, it was a teacher. For you, it might be a friend or a parent, an aunt, an uncle. But find someone that you can talk to. Because it really does get easier once you start talking. And talk about it, and talk about it, and talk about it, and talk about it. Post it on social media. Post it on your Snapchats, on your Instagrams, on your Facebooks, your MySpace if you still use that. Post about it, talk about it, be loud, be obnoxious, be annoying. Tell the world, I am here, I am in pain, and I'm going to force you to see it. I am going to tell you and tell you and tell you until you help me. Make them see. If you feel like you are suffering alone, make the world see you. Make the world acknowledge your pain. Don't suffer alone anymore.